Hi, this is Aubrey Nguyen, and my project is over the influential women in science history. So, for the introduction, this presentation highlights the accomplishments women have made in the scientific field. Through history, women have worked hard in order to be respected in the scientific community, and it is important to recognize the major scientific developments that women have. So, in this PowerPoint, I'm going to go over specific women scientists and the improvements that they made in the field of science. So my first one is Caroline Herschel from 1750 to 1848, and she worked alongside her husband William Herschel, and they made astronomical discoveries. King George III hired William as his personal astronomer, and the couple moved to South England. In 1786, Caroline became the first woman to discover a comet, and by 1979, she had discovered more comets and discovered 3 nebulae. Caroline published Index to Flamsteed's observations of the fixed stars, and that included 506 stars and a list of corrections. After her husband's death in 1822, Caroline organized his catalogs into one book, and she was awarded gold medal by the Royal Astronomical Society, and she was later elected a member of that society in 1828. Our next scientist is Mary Anning from 1799 to 1847. Anning and her brother took up fossil hunting for survival to bring money home to their widowed mother. In my research, it had said that their father died and they actually started taking this up as a way to survive and make money. During this, she discovered a number of introchorosaurs, I'm not sure how to say that, along with long-necked, I don't even know how to say it, I'm sorry, and a pterodactyl and hundreds of other fossils. She coordinated well with other well-known scientists such as William Buckland and Richard Owen. Mary never published a paper on her own because men wrote her finds for her, but the information about fossils and paleontology she provided left a mark on the history of science. The next one is Marie Curie, and we talked about her in class, and that's from 1867 to 1934. She attended Sorbonne University at age 24 when other universities would not allow women. Marie and her husband Pierre worked together to discover polonium and radium. She determined that radiation was not dependent on the organization of atoms. They also discovered that radium destroyed disease cells faster than healthy cells. This sparked the beginning of radiation to treat diseases. And I made a note saying this was a huge discovery that is still used today, because we see this with people who have cancer and other conditions and undergo radiation to try to treat them. For her research in radiation phenomena, Curie became, in 1903, the first woman to receive a Nobel Prize. French academics originally proposed only her husband and Henri Becquerel, but Curie insisted that his wife share the honor. And she died at age 66 due to plastic anemia, likely from being exposed to large amounts of radiation in the lab before they had the safety procedures that they have now. Our next scientist is Alice Ball from 1892 to 1916. Alice Ball received degrees in pharmaceutical chemistry and pharmacy from the University of Washington. She was involved in creating a leprosy treatment that stayed in use for more than 2 decades. She created a water-soluble solution for leprosy that could safely be injected into the human body. She died at age 24 due to chlorine poisoning from poor lab ventilation at the time. Arthur L. Dean continued her work, and the vaccine became the most popular and effective treatment for leprosy for the years to come. At the time, Dean did not give credit to Ball for her work, but she is finally receiving recognition within the last 2 decades. Next is Rachel Carson from 1907 to 1964. Carson graduated Pennsylvania College for Women in 1929. She studied at the Oceanographic Institute at Woods Hole, Massachusetts, and at Johns Hopkins University. Rachel Carson is best known for her work to warn individuals about the danger of pollution and pesticides. Her efforts sparked the creation of the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. She was the second woman hired by the U.S. Bureau of Fisheries and was editor-in-chief for the Fish and Wildlife Service. She is well known for her book titled Silent Spring,